Now this match is a title match, and it is for our Target Heavyweight title. Now this match is a singles match and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first,
Alexander Henry, the man, the myth, the legend, Alexander Henry, the class apart Alexander Henry. If you want to start getting specific, if you want to start getting on the ball, if you want to get your facts right, the class apart Alexander Henry claimed the Target Heavyweight Championship against the largest heavyweight championship champion in Target Wrestling history, Tim Strange. The man earned the gold. He has made a point of winning the gold when he pretty much just destroyed an entire show worth at Carlisle 3 months ago. The man was annoyed because he wasn't booked on the show and took it upon himself to impose himself on Target management. Since that decision, Alexander Henry has gone from strength to strength and now finds himself at the very top of the mountain. That's right, Alexander Henry. is set to have an incredibly successful Target Heavyweight Championship reign. Class apart, milking Whitehaven for everything it's worth.
And his opponent, he is the belly of shortstop. Make some noise for Damon, Havok.
Go on, Damon, mate. Take that goal, buddy. Take that goal. It's your biggest opportunity in 4 years. The first opportunity for Damon Havok in 4 long years. Since the last time he had an opportunity at the Target Heavyweight Championship, and this is an opportunity that has obviously came few and far between. Damon Havok's first heavyweight title match in 4 years here at Target Wrestling, and he'll want to take advantage of the opportunity that he earned, rightfully earned, in a #1 contendership match against the Golden Boy, Charlie Anderson. That was actually a strap match. Target's first ever strap match just 2 weeks ago in Box Arena. Gone a little bit prematurely. Then our referee in charge of the heavyweight title bout lays the gold betwixt the wrestlers. As the drama and the atmosphere builds, the bell has officially rang after being called for by our referee Ben. But Alexander Henry is allowing himself to be a little bit distracted by some of the Whitehaven faithful. This is only Alexander Henry's second title defense. The class apart this evening, looking to cement a long reign as Target Heavyweight Champion, but the immensely popular Damon Havok standing in his way as both men tie up center of the ring. the inevitable strength advantage of Alexander Henry on display in the early stages of this contest. Damon Havok knows what advantages that he has, and he knows the crowd is one of those advantages that he does have in this contest. He'll look to utilise the support as much as he possibly can. Havok is just forced to the ground. The class apart, Alexander Henry, rightfully titled, has just been lulled into a false sense of security by the incredibly agile, deceptively agile belly of British short style, who looks for the sausage roll routine, which has actually left Alexander Henry a little bit worse for wear as he goes for a second trip. Alexander Henry eats mat once again, and listen to the crowd swelling in support for Damon Havok, who sets off with that big belly splash, rolls the man over into a pin, and no way is that going to be enough to win the Target Heavyweight World Championship, but it's a good start. It's a very good start for Damon Havok, who is pumped up and ready for this one, the biggest opportunity in Damon Havok's career in 4 years, as he's been forced up by the meat castle. That is Alexander Henry. Look at that press slam. Just with a disrespectful signature pin from the class apart, playing the part of a villain perfectly here this evening. Stretching the arms back, trying to pull them and yank them out of the socket. The pain saving through the shoulder blades of Damon Havok must be excruciating as Alexander Henry transitions now into a headlock and almost mocking Damon Havok by applying the headlock, but not his full focused attention. And Havok will use that to his advantage to create this groundswell of support that he's going to use to create the separation. Good stuff from Havok. We all know the hardest part of Havok is his forehead, as he eats a meaty chop across the chest that takes him off his feet. My God. Now, some people have said to me that Alexander Henry is basically, when you create a wrestler in one of those wrestling games, it's the base model wrestler, which basically means that he is the perfect specimen of a wrestler. Like, if you wanted a wrestler to look like a wrestler, it looks like Alexander Henry, our very own Randy Orton-esque heavyweight champion. The red-haired Alexander Henry is applying some big... Oh my God, what a disgusting... Oh my God, this is disgraceful from Alexander Henry, who sticks something between his buttocks and then puts it very firmly in Damon Havok's mush, who eats a big drop kick to the back of the head. He must be incredibly disorientated now, but still with the smell of that literal feces ringing in his nostrils, I'm sure it'll be enough to keep him awake. Alexander Henry once again just beating down on his opponent, grinding down. And Havok just looks absolutely done at this point. He's been lifted and dragged around by Alexander Henry. He's on the apron. Hits a big leg drop right across the apron and across the chest of Damon Havok. Alexander Henry once again been allowing himself the time to insult the Whitehaven native, but finally turns his attention back towards Damon Havok in the ring. Alexander Henry with Havok throws him into the turnbuckle and follows up with a steamy right, as Alexander Henry is no fool on that second rope. Comes in, oh, he's been caught by Havok. Here, slam. And into the pin, no way, title on the line. Title on the line. And Damon Havok comes incredibly close Havok now, once again, swells the support of the Whitehaven Massive. Looks for the pop-up Havok bomb, doesn't get it. And the elevation, always impressive on those drop kicks, as Alexander Henry looks to fold Havok in half to get the free count. Berates the referee for not getting down slow enough, or not getting down fast enough to count the free count. Referee Ben here doing a fantastic stand-up job of looking after the action in the ring. Alexander Henry once again allowing himself to be distracted by the audience here at Whitehaven. He really needs to be careful when you're in the ring against a wrestler who is as experienced as Damon Havok. Although you might be able to ragdoll him around, pick him up and chuck him down, doesn't always necessarily mean you can take your eye off them. Damon Havok with a decade of experience here at Target Wrestling. I'm sure he's going to kick out of this one. And does they? Won't allow himself to be disrespected like that. As once again, Alexander Henry can't quite believe he hasn't done enough to keep Havok's shoulders on the canvas. As Havok now desperately crawling for some separation, desperately trying to find a way to regain some kind of composure, but Alexander Henry lies in wake, and we've seen this before, comes steaming in, and it might be time for the cannonball roll. And every inch and every pound and every ounce of that man thrown against Damon Havok, and it could be it. Target Heavyweight Championship still on the line. Number one contender Damon Havok hanging in for his dear life at this point against the class apart Alexander Henry with his second title defense here against Damon Havok. And just once again, just disrespected his opponent. Damon Havok rightfully earned this opportunity at the title by defeating Charlie Anderson in Target's first ever strap match. And now he might be regretting winning that match, because the class apart has picked him apart. Oh, as he gets out the way of the third audacious elbow attempt. The class apart is struggling to get to his feet there as Havok goes off the ropes and hits the buffet line lariat, baby. Alexander Henry's face looks full after eating all of that buffet line lariat. Both men desperately trying to find a way to the feet as referee's count is up to 4, and that'll do. Havok now somehow with the advantage in the latter stages here. Big body drop, and Havok is fired up for this one. Listen to the crowd, they want it. They want the belly. They're shouting for it. Belly's gonna get ya, belly's gonna get ya, belly's gonna get ya. That's right, baby. Every inch of that beautiful belly colliding with the heavyweight champion, Alexander Henry, who eats another one. Havok now looks to... Oh! Sends Alexander Henry sprawling across the ring, manages to fold him into the pin, and nowhere with the title on the line. What a time to win the Target Heavyweight Championship. That could have been for Damon Havok. He could have gone down in the Alchemac as a Grand Slam champion. But the opportunity still in his grasp, still title is on the line, and the opportunity to become a Grand Slam champion for Damon Havok lies in question. Big, massive boot from Alexander Henry, who hits the spear and folds Havok up. And Havok kicks out. Havok kicks out. Havok kicks out of the spear. Alexander Henry is beside himself. He cannot believe it. And neither can I. But the title is still on the line. This contest is still going. And I think we know what Alexander Henry might have planned here. He's calling for the end as he hooks the arms. Havok though wriggles out. Big headbutt from Havok. Belly to back suplex into the pin. Title on the line. It's not going to be enough. Just a 2 count there. Havok can't believe it. He came within a horsehair of becoming a Target Heavyweight Champion for the first time in his long Target Wrestling career. 10 years without claiming the big gold belt. As Havok now puts everything on the line. He's up on that middle rope. Tries to hit the biggest belly splash you've ever seen, but doesn't quite catch any of it. And now, worse for wear, is easy prey for Alexander Henry, who hooks the arms. The class apart package pile driver, title on the line, and it's over. Unbelievable effort from Damon Havok to try and win this contest. It's been an absolutely fantastic effort from Damon Havok, but at the end of the day, the history books will only ever report on who was the winner. History is always remembered by the winners, not the losers, and the class apart, Alexander Henry had to do a lot to put away the underdog Damon Havok, but our champion, the class apart, has a lot of weapons in their arsenal. The spear wasn't enough to put Damon Havok away, but the class apart package pile driver certainly put an end to Damon Havok's evening. And surely now, come on, Havok has put on one hell of a performance this evening. There doesn't need to be anything more done. Doesn't need to be any more insult to injury. Offering the hand. And will Havok take the hand? Wrestling handshakes can be quite fickle things, but hopefully on this occasion it does actually seem quite genuine, and Havok gets away safely after a fantastic showing of respect by the Target Heavyweight Champion. A fantastic effort from both men for the first half main event here this evening. It's been a fantastic show so far, worth every penny of the ticket administration costs. And you don't even have to pay a penny to be watching it right there on YouTube. But if you fancy chipping in a few pennies, check out the join button that is always just below these videos. It's been a fantastic evening so far. It's only half time. We've got 3 more matches here to come, and so I am looking forward to everything else that we have in store. Don't forget, we've got Raven, Rampage and Luna up against Charlie Anderson, and of course Kenzie Story and Ewan. It's Caleb Conley defending the JCW title against Logan Reed. And of course our main event this evening is Higher Education with the tag team titles on the line against E.G. Reaver and Charlie Rose. What a fantastic evening we've had so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
It is my pleasure to introduce everybody to the first inductee to our Hall of Fame, Sebastian Kerry, who became a member by clicking on the join button just below a Target Wrestling video. You can do the same and gain access to exclusive wrestling matches and all kinds of other benefits. Just click the join button below.